Hi, my name is Lena. I'm doing this video about tips on making your job interview successful. Congratulations. Spending days and weeks and possible months of looking for the right job has finally paid off. And you have been asked to come in for an interview. Then comes the biggest question of all, now what? You will only have 15 to 20 minutes to sell your experiences and attitude to the skills to the employers. Most likely, without knowing what the employer wants to hear from you, there are articles upon articles and advice on interviews, from how to answer certain questions, how to dress, right down to the color of your socks. It can seem overwhelming, but answering a few quick key points can help you interview successfully. First step is research. Find a little bit about the company that you want to work for. Visit the location in person if it is a store or a building open to the general public. Visit the company website and talk to anyone you might know who works there. What kind of products or service does the company make or sell? What type of people works there? What are the typical hours the position requires? What are some of the day-to-day tasks that the job requires and involves? Make notes. You want more information about and ask the employer about them at the end of the interview. It's always a good idea to have a few questions to ask the employer anyway. Research a company and the position that makes you stand out into an interview, into an interviewer. It shows that you're ready and really interested in the job there. Step number 2 will be practice, which it sounds funny and it looks even funnier. But practicing out loud for your interview will help you sound more polished and less nervous, and more polished and less nervous in the actual interviewer. A few key things you want the employer to know about you. And review common interview questions. Formulating questions and answers to those questions and answer them out loud and while looking in the mirror. And you can see how you look when you're answering the questions within the mirror. These exercises prevent you from rumbling in the interview and sound unpolished and unsure. It also helps you discover what really does make you the best candidate for the job. Step 3, dress to make a good first impression. In an interview, first impressions do matter. The best way to ensure a good first impression to a job is to dress smart. If you're interviewing for a job in an office, usually the best way to dress is to wear a dark color conservative suit for both men and women. If you are interviewing for a job where a dress code is more casual at a factory or a construction site, for example, nice slack and a nice collar shirt, which is what I'm wearing right now. For an office suit for a woman will be a black jacket, black slacks, and maybe a color shirt. For a man office suit interview, it's a black jacket, a tie, a blouse, and black slacks. And for example, for just an everyday interview, construction, department store, something casual interview, which is something which I'm wearing right now, a blouse and a slack. You should always avoid wearing excessive jewelry, perfume, and flamboyant outfits. Good personal hygiene is very important, especially on women. Make sure hair is dry when you go into the interview. Men, shave, clean, cut. If you're unsure what to wear, you should always go with the most conservative professional option. Step number 4, be conscious of good interview etiquette. This list could go forever. This is literally an endless array of do's and don'ts for an interview. Not everyone agrees on every aspect of the list. First would be on time for your interview. This is the most important. An employer expect an employee to arrive on time to work. They may seem a person who is late to an interview may seem that they're going to be late for their job or their shift. And she or he is supposed to be showing his or her best side of someone will have difficulty arriving on time for work on interview deadline or is hired. Be aware of your body language. When shaky, make sure you grip in a firm and confident. Have good posture, but avoid apparently looking you are a stiff or cardboard cutout. Even the most experienced professional gets nervous in an interview. It is normal. However, if you appear to be too nervous, the interview might draw the wrong way, especially if it involves interacting with people. Make sure you stand up straight, have eye contact when you interview, smile, be professional, and keep the interview positive. Avoid making negative remarks about any previous jobs or employers. Also refrain from complaining about any job-related task or responsibility you were given in a previous job. The employer wants to hire someone who is positive and able to deal and to meet with the best category and challenges of their job. Step 5, be prepared to ask questions to the interviewer. This is where this research comes in. Employer wants to know if you are truly interested in the position. They also want to know that you have all the information you need to make a decision if offered the job. It isn't a good idea to turn the table and interview the interviewer, but it is a good idea to go into the interview with a few questions in mind. It's always best to ask questions and answers. This is your choice. This is your chance to ask additional questions about the position, the business, and the requirements and the expectations of the person who will fill the position. Step 6 will follow up with a note, with a thank you note. Make sure you list the interviewer how you were pleased and had the chance to interview with him or her. Immediately after the interview, send the interviewer a thank you note. Thank him or her for taking time to interview you. This is not only proper etiquette and common display of appreciation, but it's also allowed you to reframe 1 or 2 key points on the interview. It's also let the interviewer know how interested you are in working in the company. Being polite and professional always makes a good impressions. All of this advice comes down to 3 important things to remember. When you are interviewing, be prepared, professional, and polite. It's the best way to make the right impression. Thank you for your time. My name is Lena. Thank you.